All right, good morning, guys. Back here with another video. Thank you guys so much for the support. On the last video, we kind of, blew up. I mean, not really, but by my standard, it was, and it was a really big deal for me. So thank you guys very much for all that love and support. Today, we're gonna get a little bit deep as well. So grab a cup of coffee, grab a tea, whatever relaxes you, I guess, and let's just head right into it. So I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think the past couple weeks, I've been feeling like this overwhelming sense of anxiety, and I normally don't feel stuff like this, but I think it's important to recognize as a young man that that's going to happen, and what it really was geared towards was my uncertainty as to what path I'm going down. A lot of young people today, especially because of social media, especially because of the constant comparisons that we make to others and see the progress that others make right on through social media, we kind of think about when that stuff is going to happen to us, when we're going to prosper, when we're going to head down our path, and the right timing for that. And so I've been feeling kind of this anxiety because it hasn't been made clear to me what path I'm going to continue to pursue in life. And I know a lot of people can relate to this, and that's kind of the purpose of this video. So right away, when I kind of realized how much I was worrying, I picked up my Bible and tried to find some verses for me, and of course for you guys as well, to just see what is said about this and how we can kind of tackle this and be more calm and relax a little bit more and understand that everything takes time. All right, so the first verse, guys, was in Luke chapter 12, verse 25. It says, "Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life?" Right? I think it's so difficult nowadays to just focus on the present and not worry about the future because of the comparisons that are being made. Guys, it's important to understand that our chapters, we all have different chapters in life. Our journey is going to differ from person to person. Some people may receive certain blessings earlier, some people may receive them later, and God knows the right timing of when to give you those different things. Because honestly, if you guys receive something too early, or when you're not maybe wise enough, or you're not in that right season, then if he gives you that blessing, you may lose it. You know what I mean? It's not a guarantee that when he gives you a blessing that you're going to maintain it, guys. So he knows that season, that area in your life, that chapter where you're going to prosper and where you're going to be able to get that blessing and really appreciate it to its full extent, and as a result maintain it and continue to develop even further, guys. So Luke chapter 12, verse 25, really important, guys. Try not to worry. Try to really focus on the present and the current season that you're in. All right. Another one is Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 to 6. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own insight." Guys, this one is so big. I remember a few years ago, I used to pray to God, can I get this nice job, or can I make more money, or am I really ready for this relationship? Kind of simple stuff, and obviously there's more depth to that as well. But when you pray to God and you think that, oh, okay, he heard me, he did hear you, but whether he actually gives you what you're asking for is not really guaranteed to be in that current moment in time. It could be a few months later, it could be in a week, it can be in 2 weeks, maybe it can be in a year or 2 years. He hears you and he knows what you want, but don't rely on your own insight, guys. Don't think, guys, we can't be arrogant, we can't be prideful, right? That's why pride is the first of the 7 deadly sins. Because if you're prideful, you can't listen to God, right? And if you're prideful and you have that ego, you think that you know what's better for you than God. Do you really think that you know what's better for you and your walk than God, when he already knows what he has planned for you? That's egotistical, guys. And don't get me wrong, I've thought like that, from time to time as well. But really, really think about it, guys. There's no way that you can be thinking that you know more than him and what he has planned for you. He knows what you should be learning in each season. He knows what people to bring in your life at the right time, and he knows when to chasten you and when to help you understand the things that you should know at that appropriate time, so that the blessings can come later on as we continue on our journey and as we continue to better ourselves every single day. All right, guys. So don't rely on your own insight. I mean, it's important to continue to seek wisdom. It's important to continue to, search for the truth and get better every single day. And as a result, of course, you're going to be more wise when you're seeking that truth, and you're being humble and trying to continue to increase in the faith, right? But don't think that you know more than him. Okay? If you've prayed for something, don't assume that it's going to come right away. It may if you're ready for it, right? I'm not saying that it won't, but really be objective here and try and see, okay, am I actually ready for what I asked for? And, if not, then we got work to do, guys. We all have work to do, so don't take that personally. I think we all understand that those different chapters and seasons will come, but it's definitely something important to keep in mind, guys. All right, having said that, another important verse was Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, which says, God has plans for your welfare and not for your harm, to give you a future with hope. Then, when you call upon him and pray to him, he will hear you. Right? So that kind of goes hand in hand with what I just talked about in terms of the prayer. He hears what you have to say, and he has plans to prosper you guys. Like, you guys, your success is going to be inevitable when you continue to search for his kingdom. That's kind of why I like the Matthew 6:33 so much as well. If you guys didn't see that video, I'll just put the Bible verse up here, I guess. But really important, guys. Just understand that plan to prosper you is already set in stone, but it's going to take time, and there's different chapters, there's different seasons. We can't be anxiously waiting for the end, right? For the rewards at the end. I just think of this like when I was in school as a kid, right? And my dad would say, hey, I'm gonna pick you up from school, whatever, and it's the middle of the day. I'm just constantly looking at the clock, constantly waiting for the day to end, because I'm just excited to go home and I don't know, play video games, whatever I did at that age. But the more you kind of look at the clock, the more anxious you are, the longer the day is, right? I don't know if you guys can relate, but there's been days at school where it just felt like it would never end. And it's because I was so excited to go home, or maybe I had something planned that day, or whatever it was. But yeah, when you're anxious, when you're not focusing on what you should be, right? I was in school, so what I should have been focusing on was just sitting down in class and learning and understanding what the teacher was telling me, right? You can relate that to God, guys. Like, that day of school that I'm talking about could be the season or chapter in your life. And when you're in that season or chapter, you can't focus on the blessings that are going to come at the end of the chapter. Just focus on what you should be learning during that period of time, right? During that class session. Because he really wants you guys to learn and just continue to be faithful and put your trust in him, right? And when you put your trust in him and understand that, hey, he has plans to prosper me, this is inevitable, let me just continue to better myself, to seek his kingdom, to gain attributes, right, and values in accordance with what he wants for us, then we're gonna prosper inevitably, guys. And it's so beautiful. It's I really talked about this in my last video as well. It's important to understand that the destination is beautiful, but I think the journey is even more beautiful, because everything that we're learning along that walk is what makes us able to reach that destination. The things that we learn, right? The way in which we treat others, the values that we gain, the humility, right? The love, right? Elimination of lust, we get love. We no longer lose jealousy, right? You lose all these bad things, you start to gain all the good things, right? And Christ starts to fill you with his heart and soul, right? He changes us. And of course, guys, as you read the Bible more and more, and the more you seek his truth, you begin to get filled with the Holy Spirit, and you really start to see, look at the world differently. Just be able to see the change in your heart, and become a better person as a result of it, guys. So thank you very much for watching, guys. That's it today. Just understand that his plan for you is inevitable. He has plans to prosper you, and he's gonna make you the head, not the tail, guys. He's gonna make you number one in due time. He didn't forget about you. He understands what your heart wants. But remember, don't rely on your own insight. Understand that He knows when you need things the most, and He'll give everything to you in the right timing, guys. Okay, so I hope this has calmed you guys a little bit, reduce some of that anxiety. Understand that things take time. Just continue to remain faithful, continue to tackle things on a day-to-day basis, and focus on today, focus on the present. Become better today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to bring its own worries, because I think it says that in the Bible as well. If it does, I'll put that up here as well. But guys, yeah, just understand that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. All love. Thank you guys very much for continuing to watch. If you made it through this video, I really appreciate it. Let's continue to prosper. Let's continue to be warriors for Christ and elevate every single day of our lives. Thank you guys. Take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.